Welcome back to SoCal Watch Reviews. My name is Miguel. I feel like my channel is different in the sea of other watch review channels in the sense that I review everything from Chinese-made watches to, well, Rolexes. If you're into horology and are not a snob, please consider subscribing to the channel. I would very much appreciate you. Today we're diving into a watch that has a very unique dial and some pretty interesting lume. However, is this watch worth the asking price of $230? Well, that's up to you to decide, but I will most definitely give you my opinion. This is the second watch I review from the company Aqua Trident, and their watches have a blend of uniqueness and decent finishing. This particular model is called the Horizon watch, and the reference number is AQ23006-02. This watch is offered in this 40mm size, and they also offer it in a 43mm size along with different dial and case colors. Let's get into the specs of this watch. The entire watch case is constructed of marine grade stainless steel. The case measures in at 40mm. It's 44mm from lug to lug. It has a thickness of 13.5mm and a lug width of 22mm. The watch, although very much looks like a dive watch, only has 100 meters of water resistance. And that's something that doesn't align with the overall design and ethos of this watch. On the right hand side, there's a 6.9mm science screw down crown that's easy to engage with, but totally unnecessary for a 100-meter watch. Protecting the dial, the company is giving us an AR coated sapphire crystal, and the overall weight of the watch is 101 grams with the rubber strap. One of the things I do admire about the Aqua Trident watches are the intricate case designs. The case is entirely polished, but the fixed 60-minute bezel is brushed along with the side engravings, giving it a nice contrast. The case design is unlike any other I've personally seen. From the side, it looks like a bowl. The case back is smaller and the case graduates in size as it meets with the bezel. I'm also a fan of those engraved lines on the side of the case. They add a break and help making the side profile of the case look a little bit smaller. Nonetheless, the watch is chunky and I would love to see a slimmer case. On my 6 7/8 inch wrist, the watch does not wear like a 40mm watch. It actually looks and feels a lot smaller. That also in part to the lugs that taper down. Now let's explore that crazy looking dial. It may not be your cup of tea, but you can't deny that a lot of work went into this design. On the left, there's an aperture that lets you admire part of the automatic movement. I personally have been going back and forth. Do I like this aperture? Should the company just kept the dial close? Let me know what you guys think about that design choice. One thing is for sure, reading the time at a glance is not easy as the company did not make a significant mark at the 12 o'clock. But I think it's safe to say that most people buying this watch are not buying it for its time-telling capabilities. The dial has a lot of depth. There's layers upon layers of different colors, and there's also some writing on the dial, such as the name of the company, the water resistance rating, and the word automatic. The hands are large and legible and play well with the shape of the indices. Going back to the bezel for a second, I really think the bezel should rotate, but I guess that's just me wanting to fidget with something. Now let's cover the best feature of this watch, the crazy lume. The company opted for Swiss Super Luminova in 4 different colors. You really have to see this in person to see how cool it looks. The lume has been applied all over the dial and on some parts of the bezel. The company even went as far as to provide an additional leather strap with lume stitching. This is a lume lover's dream. When flipping the watch over, we find a display caseback, which features an intricate engraving of the Aqua Trident logo on the rotor of the movement. It's nice to see details like this on a watch of this price point. Powering this watch is a reliable NH38 caliber that has an approximate power reserve of 41 hours. It beats a 21,000 beats per hour, so no smooth seconds hand compared to a 4 Hz movement. The caliber does feature 24 jewels. You can hack it, you can wind it. Kudos to the company for choosing a caliber without a date complication. I personally don't like those positions on crowns. The watch comes with 2 straps, a rubber strap and a leather strap. The FKM rubber's aesthetic very much matches the vibe and feel of the watch case, and it's pretty comfortable on the wrist. Both straps feature a quick release system and a very cool and intricate buckle that looks like a fishing tool. When looking at the leather option though, I think is very much inferior to the rubber. I personally would have preferred a NATO or a Perlon, but I do like the fact that the stitching glows. Don't get me wrong, the strap feels good on the wrist, but it doesn't feel premium. So what are my overall thoughts on the Aqua Trident Horizon watch? It's a fantastic option for those who want a watch that looks very different, but don't want to break the bank. The overall specs and feel of the watch punch above its price point. As previously mentioned, this watch is very much in the acquired taste category, so if you're daring enough to rock it, hey, more power to you. Thank you so much for tuning in today. If you enjoyed this review, make sure you like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that bell icon for more watch content. Let me know what you guys think of this watch. Be safe out there and stay humble.